Hi friends, Mindy here. I have a quick video for you today showing a process working through day 9 of One Another from Bythewell4God. When I did my unboxing of this kit, I had asked if people would like to see a video just kind of using just the basics from the devotional kit. We often talk about that you can really do anything that you need to do with just the kit supplies, and sometimes I know myself, I get carried away using all the fun things. And so I thought maybe if you're new or if you just only get the kit, maybe this would be a good way to be helpful to show some of the varying things that you can do just with the kit, because you really, with the exception of, maybe some glue and a stamp block and either a water brush or just, a paintbrush and some water. And some ink. That's really all you need to work through these kits. And so I'm pulling out some of the pieces that are in the devotional. If you'd like to see what all comes in the devotional kit, I do have an unboxing for this kit, and the first section of that unboxing is just what comes in the main kit. So today we're going to be journaling in Romans 12, and I'm actually going to be using my King James Version Bible here. I am actually working through this kit in an altered book, but I thought I would just go ahead and do a page because several people reached out to me and that they were interested in seeing what we could do with just the kit by itself. So these two layering pieces actually came as part of the kit with the ephemera, and there's some bigger ephemera pieces, but I'm working in my it's like a 2.5 inch margin Bible today, and I'm using one of the journaling cards that came with the kit. So this is going to be a really simple page, but they don't have to be super elaborate either. So I wanted to just record this verse, and so I'm picking one of these. I decided to do the red one, and you can see it's a little bit too big for my margin, so I'm just going to be cutting it down, just trimming it along the edge, and then also kind of just using it for a mat behind my journaling card. At least that's what I think I'm going to do at this point. You'll see I changed my mind, but at this point this was the plan, and so I'm just using scissors to trim it, and then I'm using my ATG, but you could use any adhesive. If you have a liquid adhesive, you could even use that. This is just my preferred adhesive. So I guess that's one other thing you might need for your kit. But anyway, so I'm just gluing this down flush with the bottom and the left side, and then I will trim off whatever is hanging over here on the left side. And you can even save that little piece if you want, because you can use that for layering and other things. And so at this point, I think I'm going to put my journaling card here, and I have one of the ephemera pieces that I want to tuck behind there. And I usually would use clear sticker paper, but in case you don't have that, you can use washi tape. And if you don't have washi tape, you can use the little faux washi strips, which is what I will end up doing for this. I just need to trim this down a little bit more. And at this point, I'm kind of just trying to decide which of these washi strips I'm going to use. And I want to use this image of these girls. When you buy the kit, you also get the ephemera in the kit, but you also get the digitals for all of them. So I have printed mine on clear sticker paper because, again, this is a 30-day devotional. So I knew I was going to be needing more of them. And I have already used this little image, the actual ephemera, in another page. So what I'm doing is I just cut it out. I had trimmed it on clear sticker paper, and now I'm just gluing it down to some cardstock here, and then I am just going to fussy cut this out. And so you could also print these on white paper or on white sticker paper, even if you have that, but I just did mine on clear sticker paper. So anyway, now that I'm putting this on here, I'm just feeling like this is not going to look the way that I had intended, and the image is just it's just a little bit too big. So you can see me kind of fiddling around with it, and then I thought, well, if I add the top piece back on, I could just glue it back down, then that might work. And so I really had to kind of consider how I wanted to do this, and in the end, I decided to just go ahead and change completely. And so I picked out this other little image. This is at the actual ephemera piece, and I just trimmed off some of the white so there wasn't quite so much white around it. And I'm just going to move my journaling card up on the page some. So I just wanted you to be able to see her instead of her being kind of hidden behind the journaling card. So at this point, I'm trying to decide which one of these little faux washi strips I'm going to use, and I end up deciding which one. So I'm just taking it, trimming it down with my scissors. This isn't real washi tape, so you can't actually like tear it. You do need to, you know, cut it with your scissors because it's actually clear sticker paper. So I'm just getting this where I want, getting it kind of lined up, and then it kind of hung off the edge of my Bible page, so I'm just trimming that down. And then whenever I do a tip-in, not everybody does it this way, but whenever I do one, I always do the washi tape or whatever on both sides because I don't like having that exposed sticky part. So this just covers it up on both sides, and it makes it flip. And I just kind of bending it back and forth to make sure that it stays down. And now I am going to adhere my little girl here, but I just felt like she was kind of floating, and I wanted to give her something to kind of ground her. So I'm just cutting a little strip off of this green paper, and I'm just going to kind of glue that down right at the bottom and then have her kind of sitting right on the edge. And that just, at least in my mind, it just gives her like a ground that she's sitting on instead of kind of just floating on a red background. I don't know if that makes sense, but it just kind of helps. So I just glued that down and trimmed off the excess. And now I'm gluing this little piece down, and I did not put glue on or adhesive on the very right side of that little fox. I just left it so you could still lift it up. So it's really not covering any of the words. If that's, you know, if you don't mind covering the words, then you could just glue it down. Whenever possible, I try to leave mine so that you can read them. That's just personal preference. You know, everybody does that differently, but that's just how I do it. So now I'm going to create a little title up here at the top, and I'm using the alpha stickers that came in the kit, and I'm just writing out "Live in Harmony." I just really wanted to emphasize that as part of, you know, loving one another and everything. And so you'll see I'm just gluing those down. I always use tweezers. It just makes it easier for me. And then I'm using the numbers, and I'm sorry, I got a frame here a little bit, but I just used the number 9 down at the bottom just to indicate that this was day 9. And I'm using my pen here to just give a little bit of an accent to my title. You could trace them. Bythewell4God actually has a stamp set called the Outliners that will outline their letter stickers perfectly. So if that's something that you're interested in, that's a really good stamp set to have. And so now I'm using the watercolors. These are Daniel Smith watercolors. They're very pigmented. So I just picked up just a little bit from my watercolor card, and I added a lot of water over here on my stamping block. And then I highlighted the verse that we were talking about in Romans 12:16 here. And then now I'm just doing some little splatters across the page, just trying to bring in all the colors, like the green all the way up to the top. And then I'm going to pull in a little bit of that red, and again, watering it down quite a bit. I don't want it to be overpowering, but I'm just trying to bring all of those colors together. And then I am also going to mix the orange and the yellow together just to try to bring in some of that yellow color that's actually in the title. And then that will be it for this page. Pretty simple page. I did leave some room for myself to write a prayer when I'm done with everything here. On the back side of this journaling card, I wrote the other scripture that was listed in the devotional in Galatians. So I just wanted to have that written out as well. And so that just leaves me a little bit of extra space to do some journaling behind my little tip in there. So here are some close-up shots. If you liked this video, I'd appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And until next time, bye-bye.